Grand Rising, beautiful, melanated, original, whatever you respectfully call yourself. People, it's your girl, Straight No Chaser with the Queen, and I have Kathy B in the house.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, so I know it's been a long time since I have been live. And if you see the logo, that's because I've been actually on the air, but we have an online radio show. And well, we have a show and we've been putting it on online radios and Grand Rising Brandon. And so our radio show is called Good Morning from Africa Town, LA. And we're going to be putting the shows up on the website. And let me put the website up. So let me put the website up where you can listen to me because you know how they like to ban us and censor us and stuff. And so this is where I've been. Like, we've been recording. I've been recording with Kathy B and the Good Morning from Africa Town LA crew. And we have been working on things behind the scenes. And so we're going to be starting to go live. I'm going to be going live once a week or twice a week. And like I said, y'all can listen to us. And there's an app, Grand Rising T Woodard. And again, where you been? I have been live, Brandon. Let me put this. He said where
He's
I've
going
been.
through withdrawals. I
I
like
have
that.
been we have a radio show. This is our website. We still have our other website, which is the United Empires of Akibalon. Grand Rising, lovely lady 37177. More Sam. Grand Rising. I'm so glad to see you all. And y'all gotta come. You gotta go over to our website. I don't know, Kathy B, do we have any shows put up on the website yet?
You know what? I'm not sure. I don't think
We're
we
gonna be
do.
uploading it then. We're gonna
Yeah, we need to
upload the
do it.
show so that y'all can hear. And there's an app called Stereo. And on the Stereo app, I kind of be on there too, because I just kind of got sick of YouTube banning and Facebook and stuff, but I guess we gotta come on back so I can see my beautiful followers. Now today we are going to be talking about um what is it? Woody's Cheesteaks in Buckhead, Atlanta, and the worker who wrote Darky on the other queen's receipt. And we want to talk about that. We want to talk about that.
Yeah.
And we want to go down memory lane, go down memory lane and understand what is happening. Now, that worker at Woody's, he has a lot of reviews. And I'm going to show y'all something. Woody's actually took down the reviews. I went to go find the reviews, and this is what I got. So give me 1 second. You might can't read it, but I'm going to read it to you. When I went to go look at the reviews, because they said it was a lot of reviews from the racism there. It says, public attention alert. The business recently received increased public attention, resulting in an influx of people posting their views to this page. So we have temporarily disabled the ability to post here as we work to investigate the content. While racism has no place on Yelp, and we unequivocally reject racism or discrimination in any form, all reviews on Yelp must reflect an actual first-hand consumer experience, even if that means disabling the ability for users to express points of views we might agree with. If you're here to leave a review based on firsthand experience with the business, please check back later. Isn't it wonderful how they cover up their tracks? I
They've
mean,
covered that one.
what does it mean to be a napkin person? You get to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Ooh, can I say that on live? Y'all know that.
Yes.
I mean, it must be wonderful to be one of these. And then some
Exactly.
of these some of us that's behind some of these. You know what I'm saying? They actually went into Yelp. Yelp is actually defending the nonsense. So
Yes.
I was listening the queen, Kathy sent it to me. I was listening to the black lady, the queen, the melanated queen, who actually went into the restaurant, and the guy, she said, wrote Darky on the napkin. I mean, wrote Darky on,
Her receipt.
and
Mm-hmm.
now this is what got me. She asked him to change it. She said he wouldn't change it. He said he told her that was for him. That was how he wanted to recognize her as a darky, basically. And the funny thing about it is that she asked him, let me go get my petty bag. I'm up here and I am going to bring back the petty bag. I didn't have time to get the petty bag today. I actually left it.
I miss it too.
I needed to go get my petty bag and pull out a sandwich. But what I am doing is eating some rice and sitting back looking at this BS that we keep going through as Black people. Because I told
Yeah.
y'all a long time ago, I can leave YouTube, come back, and we still got stories of us being shot. We still got stories of racism.
Mm-hmm.
Asians still got protection. We still killing each other and trying to be white. And white people still getting rich. And you know what? More Sam said, I wish I knew his name. We wish we knew his name. Ain't that something? I just noticed that, Queen. They ain't got not one picture of him up. They ain't got no name or nothing. We just got to call him the worker at Woody's Cheesecake in Buckhead. But I want to play a little bit of this. I haven't been here around, been on here in a while, so I heard the rules changed, and I don't know if I can play it live, but let me see if I can play some of this. There are 2,700 robocalls. Hold on one second. In the U.S. You might have been on the receiving. Normal civility. And so, again, we look forward to engaging in a robot. Hold on. With the employee, with the attorneys of Woodlands, with my team, and then my. Okay. Of high, no. Simply low key. I don't know if you can hear it. Hold on. My internet is acting up.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's black. This particular day, I just wanted a veggie cheesesteak. And I walked into Woody's in Buckhead. And I placed my order. The employee took my order, but he rinsed me as Darky. And can you hear that, Queen? So as
I hear it.
Screen popped up and I saw Darky. I asked him to change my name. Just put an L. Just correct it because Darky is insensitive to a Black woman. He refused. So I asked him again. I said, could you just take that off, change the name? Could you correct it for me? He still refused. So at that point, I said, just forget the sandwich. Could you refund my money? And he still refused. And unfortunately, at this particular time, as I do, I just kind of sat back and just thought about it. Like, how do you fix a situation like this? How can you fix this? And I just kind of went back over. Thank God for Google reviews and thank God for Yelp, because that's where our consumers will go and express themselves and to tell people, about their poor experiences. And even with Yelp and Google reviews, it does not mean that an owner, a business owner, or a manager is going to look at the reviews and see what it is that you have to say. But gratefully, I had a platform to be able to bring attention to something that was already on Google review and Yelp about this particular facility. And had I seen that, I probably wouldn't have gone in the first place. Let me stop that right there.
Please.
Because listen what she say. I asked him. Let me put on my napkin. I ain't got my petty bag. I pull it out. I asked him. Just don't do that. That's disrespectful to Black women. Can we stop? And I'm not saying, this is what I mean by talking like white people. Mm-hmm. How you pronounce your words. It's not about how you talk. It's about how we take the Blackness out our voices so that we can sound like them. And she asked him in the whitest way as she could. Could you please change that? This bastard is racist.
Period.
Grand Rising, Sean. Thank you. Thank you. I'm reading the comments. Yes, y'all gotta follow me. If you see that down there, that Good Morning from Africa Town, LA, I teamed up with some people and some other activists, some other people, especially Kathy B, and we've been doing our radio show and we've been putting it on. We're gonna be on Live 105.5. We were on Envision, but we'll go back to that. That was a church place, and we were trying to merge the activist world with the church world. But but I want to go back to that. I asked him in the whitest way as I could you please remove that? That's offensive. If that white bastard did not know that was offensive, how you gonna ask him? Then she said she read Google review, and if y'all were not here, I had y'all looking for me like crackheads. I'm sorry.
I'm laughing at the comments.
I'm looking at it. I love you all. I have not forgotten you. Thank you for support, and thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for being real, because there's only a few of us out here that's real. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So she put on her little. This is my invisible petty bag. She put on her as much as white as she could, and she said, "I asked him, so could you please remove that?" He said no. So I asked him, "Could you please give me my money back?" And he said no. I'm sick of us. I'm sick of us. You know what I'm saying? And then she said, luckily for Google and Yelp. Now, for y'all that wasn't here, I'm getting ready to show you again. For her to say, and that's why she went to Yelp and all this stuff. But if she would have read the reviews the first time, she wouldn't have went. No, the first time that you were in an all-black city, you shouldn't have took your ass to that white place. Period. It's enough. In different places, there's not predominantly black businesses. But if you are in a place where you can choose a black business, then choose a black business.
That's right.
You shouldn't have had to read nothing. Either we're going to stick together and not, because the Asians still getting protection. The Jews still doing what they want to do, even though it's a religion. But you can't say nothing because I don't want to be anti-Semitic. Even though I can be a Jew if I decide to join the religion. But I guess Jews is only for people who don't look like me. I don't know. We still getting shot by the cops. Young boy just got shot. Last time I looked, 14-year-old boy. Old couple just got rolled down, all slammed around for falsely shoplifting. It's funny how we're always guilty until proven black or until proven non-innocent, because there's not none of that for us. Talking about Pookie and Ray Ray should have been held. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Pull up. Yep.
Pulled up the Pookie and Ray Ray in there. But she wanted to handle it the way that white supremacy has told us to handle it all these years. Put on your whitest of your white voice so that you won't sound like you're black. They call it professional. I call it white. I mean, acting white. But why would you wait a minute? Black Love said, "Hello, Queen." She said, that's where I was. Why are you getting a veggie cheesesteak? Because, honey, white folks done told us all kinds of stuff and we have lost our damn minds. You need a veggie cheesesteak? Ain't that a cheese sandwich?
It's probably made with some meat in it, but it looks like meat, but it's not. But it's a vegetable. But something she could have made at home.
You
we make that at home.
They say that women, the men who say that they women, now they women. Now we got we got imaginary food that looks like what it is, but it's not. I'm eating some. I ain't supposed to eat pork, and I don't want to hear y'all talk about it. I'm eating some real neck bones and rice. It
Eat
ain't
your
veggie.
pork,
So
queen.
don't give me a fake neck bone. Me and Kathy were just talking about how everything is poison anyway. Don't talk about my neck bone and you eating them poisonous chips. Don't talk about my neck bone and you out here drinking that poisonous soda. We all, my thing is, go to a black place. All of this because you took your little melanated ass into a white establishment, wanting to be treated equal. And these people have told us over and over and over again, no. And I want to go back to something Kathy is going to read us. A long time ago, there was the people when Martin Luther King said he had a dream that he seen little black boys, little white girls frolicking happily together. That's a dream. All dreams don't come true. He might have seen them together, but he ain't see the other part of the dream because maybe his wife or kids woke him up too early to see after that dream. The little white kids and little other kids was beating on the black kids when they got together in the church or when they went to the restaurants together, because that's the part of the dream he ain't finished seeing. So it's been a problem with us, and I had to think about this story, and I said it's us. It's us. Want to know why? Because Martin Luther King told us to insert ourselves in their spaces. See, they burned down our spaces. Everybody has their spaces. The Mexican has their spaces. The Hispanics have their spaces. And you want to know why it's theirs? Because their darn language that you and I barely know or don't know is written on the walls. You can go up to a Mexican restaurant, a Mexican grocery store, a car lot. You can go online and you do not understand what they're saying. That is their space. You go to the Jews, they have their Jewish compound or whatever. That is them. That is their space. You can go to Chinatown. You can go to Asians. That is their space. They're going to put what they want, serve what they want, talk the way they want. Our spaces used to be Black Wall Street, Rosewood. This is after slavery, because I keep telling y'all we need reparations for after slavery. After slavery, we had our spaces. But the difference with our spaces, they came in and burned down our spaces, flooded our spaces. Now we're like gypsies and nomads all in the middle, and we're going to the white spaces and saying, hey, I'm finna be here and accept me. And that's the problem. That's just like today saying, hey, I'm going over to this Mexican space and telling them that they're racist, and I want these Mexican words. I want to add an African language because I'm African American. I want to go over to the Jewish space and tell them I don't like this. I want you to put up the Baptist stuff or the 7-day Adventists. See how we have been inserting ourselves in white spaces because instead of fighting and going after the government to get our spaces back, we have been tricked by Martin Luther King to insert ourselves in spaces that we were not wanted. Go ahead, Kathy, and tell them about the counter.
Okay, so some of you may be familiar with this. It's the Greensboro lunch counter sit-in. And actually the counter is, they took the seats and that counter, they took it and it's in a museum. So I can't remember the museum on it, but here's a description. In 1960 now, 4 freshmen from North Carolina Agricultural and Technical College in Greensboro walked into F.W. Woolworth, and that was a store. So basically they could shop in the store, but they couldn't eat in the store. So they went to the store and quietly sat down at the lunch counter. They were refused service, but they stayed until closing time. The next morning, they came with 25 more students. On the third day, 63 students joined the sit-in. On the following day, the students were joined by 3 white female students from the Women's College of University of North Carolina. And by the 5th day, Woodworth had more than 300 demonstrators at the store. The next day, the company said they were willing to negotiate, but only token changes were made. The students resumed their sit-ins. The city adopted more stringent segregation policies, and 45 students were arrested and charged with trespassing. The students were engaged by this that they launched a massive boycott of stores with segregated lunch counters. Sales dropped by a third, forcing the store owners to relent. 6 months from the very first sit in, the four freshmen returned and were served at the Woolworth's lunch counter. So basically, I wouldn't have wanted to eat there anyway because they probably would have spit in our food. But you were showing pictures, Queen?
I was showing the pictures while you were
Okay.
going to
Okay.
give a visual.
Yes.
I want y'all to see. Yes, it's wrong. I want y'all to see what Queen didn't read. What wasn't in that article is as they were sitting there, they had been spit on, flour, different stuff was poured on them. I'ma just say this, and you might not like it. And I had to really, really think. That was a white space. You took your black behinds in there and told them you're going to treat me like I want to be treated, instead of them taking all that money and effort and building your own damn restaurant. That's where we're at in 2023. You sit there and somehow we think that we want to be the next Martin Luther King being on the picture. We want to be the next one beat or arrested and put our photos up to act like we're fighting for something. How you fight for something is protect your kids. They were arrested, so they got a record. You got arrested because you inserted yourself in a white space, and them white people had every right to not want you there. Because all we have to do is take our money somewhere else. And that's where I'm at with this woman here. Now, with this woman at the Woody's cheesesteaks, she don't even want to sue them, she said. She wants them to have racial training.
Diversity. Mm-hmm. And she's working with the NAACP. Yes. And that's what they want.
How can you train this napkin to turn black? Tell me. This is a white napkin. It is white as it can be. I cannot turn unless I dye it. But the original napkin is white, right? You cannot train racism out of a person. The original person that they are don't want or don't respect black people. And that's where our expectations keep getting disappointed. Because we keep expecting people to respect us, and everybody else gets it. The Mexicans get it. You don't see Mexicans standing up and bombarding and telling them, I want Mexican stuff. Like, they just made their own damn spaces. They stuck together. They put their stuff together. They train their kids together. You could talk about a Mexican all day long. They sleep together. They do what they have to do. They might sleep in the same house for 2 or 3 years, but when they come out that house, they got cars, trucks, houses, and businesses together. Us, on the other hand, we shooting each other. We talking about each other. We laugh. Look at his sneakers. Look at her sneakers. Look at her shoes. We don't get it. We think that fighting means inserting ourselves in a space that we're not wanted. I'm not saying that we can't do it, because we're going to have to insert ourselves into banks because they the ones give the loans, right?
Right.
We got to, or we can make our own bank. We don't want to insert ourselves in a damn book to understand what we need to do at this point. It's 2023 and the same mess is happening. And then the only thing she wants is, I want them to have diversity training. So you want them to have diversity training for what? For what? When they have diversity training, I can fake anything on a test. Oh, they're going to learn white people in America know what white people did to black people. They have wrote every law ever since this year. Florida has got rid of diversity training. They said it makes white kids feel guilty of what their grandparents did.
Wow.
It's a lot of states that have gotten rid of diversity training because it means nothing. What we need to fight for is a executive order, because if we had the same executive order that Asians had, automatically all these white businesses would be shut down. If we had the same executive order that other people have, automatically the police officers would be getting arrested. But we got black police officers, black correctional officers who are worse than white people. Who are worse. I seen Kathy, Queen Kathy, who was it that put it in the chat? Remember, it was a young black boy, a white officer tased him on he was riding what is it, a ATV, and the officer stuck his taser out his car, and the ATV flipped, the four-wheeler, it flipped,
I don't
and
even remember that one, Queen.
it was in the chat. It flipped and killed him.
Oh, wow.
And they was out there, and then when the video showed, it showed all the police officers cutting off their camera. Guess who cut the camera back on and nobody didn't know it? The white police officer. And guess who was talking the most shenanigans about the little young man? The black police officer. He was like, well, he a grown man, that's his business. The boy was dead. 15-year-old black boy.
Wow.
The black cop was saying that's his business. He want to act like a grown man. He want to do grown man stuff. That's his this and that. And then it just amazed me, because we are at a time now, I don't even know if it's black and white. It's racism against black people. And the racism can come from all different shades and forms of people. Black, white, Chinese, Indian, Kamala, Asian. It's all racism against us. And then be people like her, this lady that went in there, it just tripped me out. I'm gonna look for something, Queen, if you want to say something. I'm gonna mute so I can get to. Oh, she might be on her phone.
Okay, I'm good. I was checking in.
Okay. Let me find another part. Go ahead.
Okay. Basically, what I know lately, I guess it's been a little bit better because we've been pulling up to places and it's been working. So certain things that's happened, and then black folks in that city have pulled up, organized, not necessarily a march, but like just a pull up, and they pull up, and that's been working. So that's something that they could have done. But the NAACP heard basically going with them it's not going to help. It's not going to do anything because they think white. So, but I would tell everybody that restaurant, if you're black, do not go there, because this is ridiculous in this day and age in 2023 that we're begging to be in their places. In Georgia, there's plenty of black restaurants that this person can go to, or anyone out there in their city. You can find restaurants, usually in major cities, that are black.
Exactly, Queen. I think that she was an attorney because she said she had a platform. But I want to play what else she said. This is her solution to racism, and this is our problem.
That I thought about is that the normal consumer doesn't have my platform. So one of the resolutions that I feel is very important for us, for everyone as consumers, is something that I've created in the midst. It's called The Right One, which is a social media platform that will allow consumers to post videos and post their experiences, and it will also be a whistleblower to people that are racially and socially discriminatory against their patrons. But it is also going to serve as a spotlight for businesses who are getting it right. So we will have forthcoming details about The Right One.
Hell no. Hell no. She said it's for you to post and it's for businesses that's getting it right. That is terms, that is code word for we're gonna highlight white businesses that don't treat you racist. Don't you know the corporation, the man that wrote Darky on her ticket? Go tell your mama to give you some. The man that wrote Darky on her ticket, he's still there. He had all the complaints. That means the owner and them don't give a damn because black people don't care anymore, and you will still go patronize it. Black people don't care that Asians have been beating the hell out of y'all and doing all kinds of stuff to y'all, and you still go get your nails did. Black people don't care that Chanel and all these other white labels don't give a damn about y'all black kids or yourselves, and they still support the police, and y'all still gonna wear those labels. White people don't care because black people don't care, and we don't need a platform to see who's getting it right. We need our own places, our
That's
own
it.
spaces. She ain't say get the money where we could go build. She ain't say I'm making it where we can have a platform and I can go back and look at and we can go put together and see what land we can buy, and we can go together and get people together and let's build our own restaurants. She ain't say it's a platform where we're going to have a list of black businesses so that black people can come patronize it. You know what happened with me? Y'all don't see me on here. I don't get a lot of sponsors and stuff because the first thing I asked them is, you black owned? I was on Instagram. They was like, Queen, we want you to wear our t-shirts and be our ambassador and stuff. I said, are you black owned? Queen, this and that. It was some good looking stuff. They kept emailing me. I said, are you black owned? Because all the product looked at black. It looked at black as I don't know.
It
Black
was Asian.
And then they emailed me one day and say, no, we're not black owned, but it wasn't no more buts. Click. I told them this is ridiculous. That's what we got to do. If it's not black owned and you go in there, you going to have to take whatever is being done. Because we need to stop patronizing all white businesses. We're black people. Until white businesses is not getting, white people are not getting off their butts and saying, hey, we getting ready to go down there to Tiki's Crab Shack in the hood. They don't bring their money to our spaces. We come out of our spaces. This is my AirPod case. We come out of our spaces. We jump out and we take our little black asses to white spaces. We don't come out our spaces and build ours. We come out of our spaces and we go over here and we take all our black dollars to white spaces. And then when they treat us wrong, oh, by golly, they doing this to me. You should expect it. She act like she was shocked when they wrote Darky because she was banking on, like she said, she has a high social media platform. She's an attorney. Because most black people hide the racism that they're going through by their social status, meaning the money that they get. So if you're rich and black, you don't feel like you're gonna ever it's less of a chance that you're gonna run into racism, but you still do. Oprah did it, Tyler Perry, and we still wondering how we gonna get these white folks to like us good black folks. When? It's not gonna happen. Are y'all ready to build your places? Are you ready? Yes. Are you ready to eat at a campfire, or you have to get on your Chanel heels? Your red bottoms with your Chanel and your Louis Vuitton purse and go sit in a white space because it looks pretty. Because they got all the lights and stuff. Are you ready to get with your black people and go rough it until you can build? Are you ready to go camping with your black people and let's eat this steak together over here? Because we cook better any damn way.
Facts.
That every restaurant you go to, you're going to get you're going to get something that tastes similar to what your ancestors gave them the recipe on, and they're benefiting. They did not make the potato chip, but all the white corporations benefiting off of potato chips. And then the man who made the potato chip, his last name was Crumb. And all this time, like, I don't want the crumbs. I don't want the crumbs. And it's so funny. They named him the Crumbs, and his family is not getting anything from it. But you got Lay's and Wise and all these white corporations benefiting off of the potato chip. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say to us. And then with her thing is the NAACP on this video. I don't know if I need to play more. They talking about we're going to be doing with the oldest and the oldest organization that's been fighting all these years. We're going to sue them. But she wants this. The NAACP been around here all this time and y'all still getting shot. The NAACP ain't did shit.
Queen, I think you should play it. Their response.
Okay. Hold on. Let me play some more.
On platform coming up at the top of the week. I do want to say that my attorneys and I, we got together and they asked me what I wanted to see. What I actually wanted to see is reconciliation, because that's not what we get to see too many times in this society. You see publicists that will give you a blanket apology.
What the hell can you reconcile? She said she wants to see reconciliation from a racist. And in the same breath before that, she said this has been on Google. They've been doing this for years. Why didn't she say, I want to see them shut down and out of business so we can build a black restaurant there? Because she's whitewashed.
Yep. And remember, we were doing this in 1960. That's the sit-in for the lunch counter, just to be in white spaces, to have their food, which they're probably spitting in or doing whatever to our food.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They can say in Darky. That means I worked as a waitress. That ticket goes to the manager at night. Then the next manager gets it, because they got to go through the tickets and calculate the money. So everybody sees that. And it's been going on. So he didn't just pick that day. Why don't we go pull up all the other receipts? They ignored all the Google reviews, all the Yelp reviews. There is nothing that you can do for a racist person, a racist white person, because now all of a sudden black people could be racist. How black people could be racist? Name a restaurant that we got that's on Google that says that we've been doing stuff to white people and then they still thrive and black and white people still come give you the money. You don't see that nowhere. Mm-mm. They want us to keep fighting racism with white minds, with the white ideology.
But it doesn't get to the heart of the issue. I wanted to sit down with the management team, with the employees.
She want to sit down with the man
of Woody's, with my team, and then my reconciliation team, so that we could sit and talk through some resolution. They refused to sit down with us. And I'm going to give it over to my...
She wanted to sit down with the racist.
Yep.
She wanted to sit down with the manager.
Because she could have called on the manager at the restaurant. Why didn't she ask for the manager if that wasn't the manager?
They didn't give a damn. And he probably is a manager. Because they don't say his position. They don't say his name. They don't have a picture. And they said this man been doing this. Mm-hmm. And they said the owner of the restaurant is friends with him. So he probably is the manager. And she wants to sit down. Why? Because she wants to sit down to show him, I'm a powerful black person. See, I got this and I got that. And you should listen to me. You cannot sit down with the enemy. If somebody wants to kill you, they want to kill you. If the same person that wrote Darky wouldn't give a damn if the police shot you. Hold on 1 second, Queen. Go ahead and talk. I got to pick this call.
Oh, okay. Okay. I could go back and read some of the comments. Let me see where we left off. Okay, I'm going to start with Black Love 17's comment. And in those spaces, we need not go. We must make our own spaces now. Facts. That pisses me off because I ate at Woolworth's counter in my youth We need to remember our history and who hates us. That's something else that you ate there. I remember shopping there, but we didn't have like a lunch counter. But like I said, if it wasn't for them doing the city, and I guess you wouldn't have been able to eat there. Black Love 17. Okay, Curly Girl says that's where we messed up. They was telling us then to stay away from them. Hell, we fought to give them our money. Facts. We definitely did. Black Love 17 says nowadays I'm not giving my money to those that hate me. Now our light should be our is it light? Our fight should be pulling our melanated dollars. That's right, pulling our money together. And then Black Love 17 says, y'all already know my solutions for blatant racist people. We do, Black Love 17. Well, at least me and the Queen does. Sam Moore says, or Moore Sam says, truth all day. Then Van Varner says, like Dr. Claude Anderson, we are now a permanent underclass. Unfortunately, yes, because now the Hispanics basically were kind of under us, but then now they're moving up. So yes, basically immigrants.
A whole diesel. This Hispanics pulled up to the club with a whole diesel truck that they remodeled as a club, and we still shooting each other over nickel and dime bags. I'm gonna finish.
Okay. You want me to finish comments?
You want to? Go ahead.
It's only a few more.
Go ahead.
More Sam says we could definitely start with supporting Black businesses only. 100%. Very true. And Iris Ann X says, is this diversity training going to include a heart transplant? Because it's the heart how you treat. It's in the heart how you treat people. And no, it's not. And she's speaking. Okay.
But
okay.
That's right. It's in the heart.
Yeah.
It's in the heart. So, like, come on. I'm going to play this.
Okay.
He has been in contact. They refused a lot of things. But that leads us to where we are today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is James Walker. My name is James Walker Jr. And along with Attorney Griggs, we have been advising Darlene, Ms. McCoy, and her husband here, who stand so bravely with her. I think it's very courageous for her to come forward. Many times people let these things happen and they just brush them under the rug and keep it moving because they don't want this kind of attention. She's been through a very traumatic experience here. If you've ever dealt with racism or racial slur or any kind of racial discrimination, you understand the impact it has. And if you haven't, hopefully you never will. I reached out to Woody several times. We tried to get them to, meet with the NAACP. I have emails where I've said, will you meet with the NAACP? And I've never gotten a written response back to say, yes, we'll meet with the NAACP. We'll meet with others in the civil rights.
Because they don't give a damn.
Big facts.
I've read many of them. You can't just fix it internally. And one of the things they told us is they want to select the person to fix it. They want to select the team to come in and do diversity training and sensitivity training and all kind of different diversity inclusion efforts. We disagree with that. We agree with what Ms. McCoy just said, that Mr. Griggs and the NAACP and experts like that should be brought into the party. They should be brought into the meeting so that it's done right. I don't want you to self-check yourself. I want you to let experts come in and hopefully fix this so we don't see another Darlene McCoy story. So they did not want to welcome that. As Darlene alluded to, they were very reluctant to meet with us. Sometimes I think these companies think they can write a check and this won't go away, or they think they can just offer you something. This is bigger than that. We want to send a message to not just Buckhead. We want to send a message throughout the region, throughout the state, throughout the country, that it's time's up. As Darlene said, they got the right one today.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, the hell they didn't. All she want them to have is diversity training so you can go back and eat at that restaurant. So it could be okay. And her platform talking about this is the right, they got the right one. What's she gonna do? She making a platform so you can go complain. She didn't say Black people complain. She didn't specifically say this platform she built is for Black people. She said that she want to highlight those who got it right and those who did it. So that means a white person can get on there and say anything they want about a black restaurant because it puts us on an equal playing scale that we all can be racist towards each other, and we can't. They ain't got the right one. Yes, things are happening, and you should highlight it, but the NAACP still ain't stopping us from dying. The NAACP ain't said shit about us getting an executive order. The NAACP only warns us. Don't go to Florida. They racist. Fuck. We know that.
I was wondering about that one too, because I'm like, some people live in Florida, so you're supposed to move immediately. It just didn't make sense. Black people are still going to Florida because they're going on cruises.
Black people still going to Florida because I live there. Between Florida, Alabama, and Georgia, where I reside in 3 different states, duh, they still there.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing going to change because we're not changing. I told Pablo X the other day, I said the problem is the white racists in Florida are not worried about the black people in Florida, and they're not worried about the black people having friends and colleagues that will come from Alabama and come all from all over the world to attack their white asses back. They got us so separate, and the groups are so separate, and we all fighting for different stuff because we think every group fighting for something different, and they think that's the answer. So white people, the racist white people in Florida, is not worried about when they do something to a black person. They're not worried about all the black people all around the world and all around the United States ganging together and coming after their asses. Because they are comfortable. You heard her say they came, they asked them to talk. Their white people said no. It was like, we're gonna sit down with the NAACP. The white people say no.
Nope.
NAACP. Don't nobody give a damn. No, we're gonna open up our restaurant, serve our cheesesteaks, and still call you Darky. It's still written down there.
Exactly.
And then what they don't understand, the Supreme Court just got rid of diversity with enrolling. From my understanding, the order that was passed, now they could be racist to you joining college, even though when you go to college, half the people don't get jobs anyway. People.
Queen, you breaking up.
I say hear me?
Try it again.
Can you hear me?
It's a little better, but it's still breaking up just a little bit.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, it's better now.
It's better now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay. They said
you must
no.
have said something you wasn't supposed to say.
Exactly. But they say no because they don't care. It's a thing. Racism is racism towards black people is another stripe on the American flag. It's just part of America. And you hear them there at a news conference. She said, I asked them to sit down with me and my team. They said, nope. We over here cooking cheesesteaks for y'all. What you can do is bring your black dollars back over here and continue to make my generational wealth and my white kids rich. That's what you can do with your black asses. That's what they saying. Talking about they asked in the NAACP. And then you're going to hear where they even gave the letter. Listen to this.
We're going to give them some time that I'll let Attorney.
Somebody they're going to give them some time. They took all the time.
In here, and helping my client. Let him tell you kind of what our next steps will be.
What they next step?
Hi, excuse me, miss. Hello.
Hold on, I'm sorry, commercial.
Get you some money right now.
Thank you.
They gonna tell their next steps to their enemy.
For allowing the Georgia State Conference and the NAACP to be a part of this. When I first saw the posting by Darlene that Friday, I saw it maybe 10 minutes after she posted it, and I texted Darlene and I said, however we can help. Darlene is a friend of mine, but this goes beyond our friendship. This is the birthplace of civil rights. This is the birthplace of the
Queen, I can't hear you. I can't hear you now at all. I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Okay, there it is.
It just went mute. Hold on. Here you go.
You can't just fix it.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Maybe when I did it.
Select the person to fix it. They want to select the team to come in and do diversity training and sensitivity training and all kind of different diversity inclusion efforts. We disagree with that. We agree with what Ms. McCoy just said, that Mr. Griggs and the NAACP and experts like that should be brought into the party. They should be brought into the meeting so that it's done right. I don't want you to self-check yourself. I want you to let experts get the right one today. They got the right one. And we're going to give them some time that I'll let Attorney Griggs talk about, who I really appreciate you stepping in.
They said they're going to give them some time to think
client.
about meeting. They told their asses
let him
no.
Tell you kind of what our next steps will be.
Thank you. Because they ignored their email.
I want to thank James for allowing the Georgia State Conference and the NAACP.
Now they telling them what they're going to do. Listen to this.
I saw the posting by Darlene that Friday. I saw it maybe 10 minutes after she posted it, and I texted Darlene and I said, however we can help. Darlene is a friend of mine, but this goes beyond our friendship. This is the birthplace of civil rights. This is the birthplace of the movement. And for a restaurant to think that a racial epithet is appropriate has no place in this city, in this state. So as the president of the oldest civil rights organization, we reach out to Woody's. We welcome a conversation. Let's be clear. We started the diversity, equity, and inclusion business, so there's no one better than to have this conversation. And we look forward to engaging. We will give you 7 days, 7 days to reach out to the NAACP where we can set a meeting, we can have a conversation and come to some resolution that is satisfactory to Darlene and her family. But if in 7 days you do not reach out to the NAACP, I have been empowered by our executive committee and others that are in leadership capacity at national to use whatever means are necessary
Letters
to bring Woody's into compliance with normal civility. And so, again, we look forward to engaging in a robust conversation with Woody's. And let's be clear, we've dealt with this before in Buckhead, whether that was Houston's twice and several other restaurants.
They got 6 days now.
Take the initiative and reach out because every single option is on the table, including direct action. And so we just want to make sure that the people of Atlanta, the citizens of Georgia, understand that diversity is a strength in Georgia.
I don't even want to hear no more of the BS. That's so stupid. Talking about you got 7 days, napkin people, to get right, or the NAACP is going to do what the NAACP do, and that is not a damn thing.
Facts.
Then they said until they get some satisfactory for her family. Okay, let me break this down to you. Her family is supposed to be black, right? So if you're going to come out here and get all black people riled up, you should do something that's satisfactory to all black people. See, when these restaurants and these people sue these white restaurants or these white people that's racist, why is not all black people getting it? We are supporting, they represent all of us, but all of us are not getting anything from it. When George Floyd family got whatever they got the money and they took an apology and they left, but they had all of us that riled behind it. All of us didn't get shit. We didn't get police reform. We didn't get $1. Like Bernie Mac said on Life, I ain't get nothing.
But Queen, I'm sorry, can you put Van's comment up? Look at his comment.
Okay. The black guys at Starbucks got $1 each, and Starbucks had to do a diversity training, but the white female manager got $25 million because she sued for discrimination for firing a fellow white manager.
Wow.
I just don't know what to say. It's going to take a week. The NAACP does nothing but run, and they get money and they get publicity for being the leader of the black, as you heard him, the oldest black organization, the oldest black movement. We do what we do. What should y'all do? People still getting shot. They don't give a damn that the NAACP still around. No,
and I think they pick and choose too on stories that they do and cover. They pick and choose.
Exactly. I'm gonna do another special with y'all about prisons because my son is in prison and he's dealing. I reached out to the NAACP. What did they do? Nothing. They ain't never did nothing. All they want to do is tell you. And when I worked with the NAACP and I went to Washington with them when Jeff Sessions, I was like, let's do this. We did a whole march and everything in Dothan, Alabama. But we had to march a certain way. We had to say certain things. The NAACP ain't rough and raw. They don't care. They still trying to make sure white people are comfortable in their racism. They don't want a race war that's already brewing. The race war already started when they shot our little kids in the back in the streets. The race war already started. And the only thing they tell us to do is sit back and let us sue them. Remember that he said in this thing, let the end, because we experts at diversity. Y'all experts in making white people feel comfortable. That's why they don't give a damn. When is the NAACP going to come after the federal government for what the federal government allows these states to do to us? It wasn't a blink of an eye. The federal government gave the Asian protection. And then all we get is told that we could be racist like everybody else. That's what we get. I even seen a white woman say they got black holidays. Juneteenth Juneteenth is a joke. Because every corporation did not give black people off. If we're gonna celebrate Juneteenth, it should be if you're black, you get off. White people go to fuck to work. How is white people able to celebrate Juneteenth and half the black people still was at work because the company did not recognize it as a holiday because it's still a federal holiday?
Yep.
But these corporations get to pick and choose what federal holiday that they follow.
Yep.
So how is that white people over here got to celebrate Juneteenth and half the black people was still at work? This is a madhouse called America. I just don't get it. What Iris X said, I'm in the city. The NAACP office is in the same building as a Planned Parenthood facility.
Wow.
And if y'all don't know what Planned Parenthood, that was Margaret Sanger, the one who said basically abort and kill all black babies. And so they made Planned Parenthood and dressed it up as in, oh, you made a mistake and get pregnant. You need to get an abortion so you can go to school and go to college. When half the black people and half the white people in college go to college, spend all that money, and you don't even get a job. Then you got all these people doing different stuff to make it look like they're living an American dream, and we're still at the bottom of the totem pole. And people like this lady, I forgot her name, with the Woody Steaks and the NAACP is a joke to us. Let me see if you can see their faces. That's her. And I'm not saying nothing. I'm not knocking my queen and our sisters, but we got to have a better way of fighting because that is not helping us. Keep trying to come at them the way they want us to. They want us to be timid and professional, and they don't get loud. Don't use your blackness. Take y'all can talk like this, can't you? I cannot stand.
Yes.
Say white. When I say I can't stand black people that talk white, it ain't about your education. It ain't about how many white European words you can see. And you can't pronounce, but it is. You don't know no black African. You not African. You just, because there's black people in Haiti, Jamaica. You know no black dialect, but you twist your lips and you hold your vocal cords so it can come out and sound just as white as can be. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We black
in the offices.
Because white women ain't got no melanin, they talk white. They're white. We're black. We are different people. It doesn't matter. If we weren't different people, how come if I had a baby by a white man, my baby gonna look like a strawberry shake? Mixed all up with a swirl. If we are different people. I'm not saying it's wrong to mix, but we are different. We don't talk white. You have to make yourself talk white. And when I say talk white, I'm talking about the tone of your voice, because their lips are thin and ours is bigger and our bones are bigger and our throats and stuff, we have melanin and our spine has melanin. That's why they grab our kids and want our kids to jump around. And then they get the white person and they make the white person the leader of these of the sports teams and stuff. They want to highlight our blackness when it can be used for them. They want our black people in their kitchens like Woody's working. They want our recipes. They want our black people working, but they don't want us to own anything. They don't want to see black people get along. What is this? Hold on. Attorney General Latasha James rushed an Asian hate bill in New York because Asians were being blamed for COVID, but Asians from New York were part of the group who sued to overturn affirmative action. And then the point is, but they gave an Asian hate bill. Biden put that out as an executive order, meaning Trump ain't want to hear what nobody else had to say. Asians needed protection, but yet every day we can go look at a story every week from this day on back, and you're gonna find something that was done to a black person. And we fighting to be in their spaces. We fighting to get in their restaurants. We're fighting to make sure, look at this white person, I'm on their block. I think it's us. We training our kids to go in these people, just like that story that Kathy read about, what was it called? The Greensboro
lunch counter.
They went in that place and started bothering the white people. And I'm going to say it, you ain't going to like it. You went in that place and you started bothering white people and wanted to force white people who did not want black people around to serve them. Y'all did that. Y'all go in white spaces and force them to like you. And they keep telling you, instead of us going and building our own spaces. But we would trip. Now they got all our recipes, they got all our secrets. They got all our hairstyles. They got all our dances. They got all our music. Now they don't need us. The thing that
Everything.
I don't know. You sound like a robot queen. I just muted you. I can hear you better now. We was told by Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King said he had a dream and black folks ran with it. Martin Luther King had this dream. Let us in. Instead of suing the government, and instead of making the government pay and rebuild our towns, reparations, we need reparations to rebuild our towns. Instead of fighting that way, we went into white spaces and said, accept us. They don't want us there and we don't want them in our spaces. The Mexicans don't have no problem. They come out of their spaces when they want to and when they need to. The Jews come out of their spaces when they want to and they need to. And we keep going to everybody else's spaces and telling them we black and y'all are wrong. I had to think about that thing. It's us. It's you, it's you, it's you, it's you, it's you. If you're black, it's you, it's you, it's you. Tommy Hilfiger told black people he did not want them wearing his brand. What we did. Give me Tommy Hilfiger. We wore Tommy Hilfiger out.
Sure did.
Our people went to jail for shoplifting. Our people are in jail for shoplifting white labels. Instead of trying to find out a black label, or instead of being okay with making our own clothes. It's us. We keep going in their spaces and making ourselves relevant in there. And then when they attack, that's kind of like we going in the snake's den and then not expecting to get bit. We're a bunch of chickens going in the snake den saying, you better not touch me. And the snake is going to do what a snake do. We should all be leaving all these white corporations alone and banding together, buying land together, and going to the Congress together and demanding reparations, meaning build back our black towns, give black people back the contracts. Because do you know it was the time we had all the bus contracts? They came in, so we got to stop trying to fight these people in the way we were taught to fight because it puts us in danger. We spend more time marching and bailing ourselves out of jail. That could be a down payment for a plot of land. And that's what we have been doing. Me, Kathy, and a few of us, we put down and we've been buying land together. And we about to do another project. I know all of y'all on here, some of y'all have been my followers since I've been on here. And that's the only reason I'm alluding this to you. If you want my email, you see my name, straight no chaser with the queen at gmail.com. We're trying to get several people to get together to put down and buy land and make either pay it off cash or make monthly payments. There's going to be different projects we're doing with this on our website, the United Empires of Akibalon. Hold on.
It's in the chat. I got that, that in the chat.
We have the United Empires of Akibalon. We have been, we said we want to buy land together. So if you can come up with $100 a month, a $200 a month, and I'm sorry if all these other people done took y'all money, it's not us. We really want a solution. Anytime I come in y'all face, y'all know I'm with the same stuff. I don't got time to argue with my brothers and sisters online. I ain't got time for the nonsense, and I ain't got time for the rest. If y'all want to get on the land buying plan where you get a part and then we try to, we're going to go to developers to build our own community. It's going to start off small because we have nothing. It's not going to look all beautiful and dainty like the white neighborhoods do. They use us and Mexicans and everything to build. If we don't pool our money together and start buying land, we're stuck. The 4th of July weekend, U.S. went in $572 trillion debt again. They're begging other countries for money. Guess who's going to be the credit? Us. Because we are a $1 trillion spending industry. We spend more money than France and other countries. This small group of black people, this is why they always look at the black people in America. Our small group of black people are always banding together and spending our money and they get rich. So the U.S. right now is trying to find a country to back their debt. And that's why we get all these countries like China with all this product over here. We're buying chickens from China and we can grow them right here. That's why they're destroying the farmlands and stuff, because the U.S. has to give these countries something back. They're saying, if you give us money, we'll sell your products to the black folks here. They gonna buy it because black folks don't know nothing. They gonna buy it, and that's the fuck we do. We spend trillions of dollars every year, and that's what you know how, like a credit card payment. These white people are broke. America is broke. But long as they got black folks in their pocket, they can get money. Because we're going to spend it buying stuff that is frivolous and unnecessary and that is not conducive to our future. So if you want to buy land, you're going to have to email me and we're going to set up meetings, because we got a group of people trying to buy different plots of land. And then that land is going to be our safe spaces right now. And we're going to be building. It can start off with tiny houses, RVs, whatever we got to do. We got to stop going out to eat. I'm not saying that we're not human, because I still go places. I just know when I go places, sometimes when I go places and I deal with it, I said, see, this is my own fault. I tell my kids, see, this is my fault. Or when something happened with one of my kids or somebody, I'll be like, see, we should stop doing this. But see, I'm doing my part. And Kathy, she's doing her part. All my money don't go to white, but part of my money do go to white business because it ain't nothing else. My doctors and stuff, where I'm at is predominantly white, and then insurance does not let you go from state to state.
Okay.
Most of our money is, so half of your money that you got needs to go to yourself and black people until we can fully pull our heads out this lion mouth. We are trying to buy land together. We looking for like 20 people to come in together, 10 to 20 people. We got some land projects. They are completely legit. Then when you know you got land, like me and Kathy said, they're in different places. But if it ever come down to it and we get kicked out of our houses or anything happen, we got somewhere to go. And we only could bring so many people. So I'll be back live. I enjoyed y'all. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for listening. Think about what I said. Think really hard. It's us. Stop trying to flood white places with black faces. They don't want you there. They only want your money. And it's so easy for these businesses to do this diversity training and hide their racism, because the companies that you're supporting, they're going putting money in the pockets of the racist people like Biden and Kamala them. And they're definitely getting policies written, and the policies never go in our favor. There's not one law black people wrote. We need to start attacking laws to protect ourselves. We need to force the government to put protection on us. We need to force the government to pass laws for black protection, for black sanctuaries. And that's what our land is going to be. So if you serious, then let's do it. You can still live your life, but get something out your pocket and say, this is for us. That's what we doing. So email me, straight no chase at the Queen. Do you want to buy land? Go on the website. It's coming across. Put in your comment, I'm ready to buy land, because we put out stuff. We're going to talk some more. So y'all have a beautiful, blessed day. I still got grandkids to go take care of. And I know Kathy, she got to go take care of some stuff herself. And I thank y'all for tuning in. And I'm going to be back.
Thank
y'all
you
have
all.
a blessed day. Peace.